Great morning and welcome to the Great Expectations Speakers Showcase. I'm going to hand you straight over to Marg, who is the Director of Great Expectations. Great morning, Marg.
Hi, Emma. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. I'm going to let you go straight into it, Marg, and introduce the speaker for today.
Okay, thank you. Today we're going to be doing this video session with Annop Anchal. He's a business owner, a trainer, and a very passionate advocate for creating the right sales process for your business. And Annop's purpose basically is to engage your teams in a way that makes them understand the importance of the fundamentals of business. No need for the basics to be boring and uninspiring, and I'm sure you'll see that in his personality here today. Annop creates exciting sales training that basically gets you to understand the why of the basics and the core focus for the content that he develops and teaches his sales teams to communicate with clients in a way that they want to receive the communication. So today Annop is going to be focusing on getting the mindset around yourself as a business owner and your sales teams right. So welcome, Annop.
Thanks, Mark. It's a lovely, lovely intro that you've given me.
Very passionate intro.
Yes, I'll sort of be honest. I mean, it's sort of sometimes easier talking to an audience than it is on a virtual format. But even though how many of these I do, we still find it interesting to get those little nerves kicking, which I think is more excitement than anything else. So I'm really excited to be here, so thank you for that.
Yeah, great.
So, are you happy for me to kick off?
Absolutely. Let's get straight into it.
Okay, well, you're going to see my video come on and off. This is exactly how we also present online. So we're giving you a little bit of a snippet of how we present the sales course. You're going to see me switch from my video, my face, to a PowerPoint presentation. So if you're sort of wondering where have I gone, just don't stress too much. I've just gone behind a PowerPoint presentation for a second to show you. So let me get that started for you, and then we'll get going. Okay, so welcome to today's session. It's like Mark said, I'm really excited to be here, and I'm going to be talking to you about a couple of different concepts today around, especially getting your headspace in the right place at the moment. You know, there's a certain degree of uncertainty in the business world, in the sales world. You know, where am I getting my next lead from? You know, how do I close a sale effectively? How do I manage my business? How do I manage my mindset? And that's what we're going to be really talking about today. So let's kick off. My background is an interesting one, as Margaret said this before. I actually failed a lot of high school. I actually failed a lot of even uni. I barely passed it. But what I did do was, and got really excited and really pumped, is being involved in sales. Being involved in sales, but then more importantly, actually also starting my own business. So I started a business with my wife now 10 years ago, and I've seen the trials and tribulations, and I've seen the excitement and the disappointment at the same time. So today I'm hoping to share with you my experience and ways that you can get over the hurdles that you may face on a day-to-day basis. Definitely, we've got a group chat going, so if you're listening and you want to throw questions out, we're more than happy to answer them for you as well as we go along. So it's not just not a one-way street. And Mark, you know, anytime you want to jump in, I know you've got a wealth of knowledge. I would love to hear from you as well, in whether you agree with something or you don't agree with something. So rules today, I really would like you to participate. I want you to challenge your thinking. I want you to sort of ask yourself the question, why? Why do I do what I do? Why is it working this way? Why is it not working this way? But more importantly, don't look for the answer. Ask the right question. And that's very, very important when we go through a process daily and we start to say to ourselves, why doesn't it work? Or, you know, it used to work and it doesn't work anymore. They're not very empowering questions. I call them very negative questions. And what ends up happening is you go through a cycle of negativity around that. So what I'd like you to do today is challenge yourself and say, it's not about the answers I look for. It's the questions that I really really wanting to engage in. And so an empowering question is, who do I need to talk to about the current situation that's going on that could help me through? What type of mindset do I need to have? Who do I need to be? And I'll talk about that concept in our session today as well. Okay.
Great.
Now, words that you want to tell yourself or your customer. Now, really think about the words that I've just put up here. And this is what a negative mindset has. They think in scarcity. Oh my God, leads are drying up. You know, nobody's doing conferences anymore. Nobody's doing that. Oh, this is the toughest time we've ever seen. It's getting really hard. I'm so inconvenienced about this economy at the moment. Oh, it used to be a great time years ago. Because these are sort of real negative terms. You're not living in the present, and you're definitely not living in the future. It's a very past term. It's a very disengaging conversation. Okay, and Marg, as you know, I mean, a lot of your speakers are there to empower the people who are at the conference, not to disengage them. Am I right? So
absolutely, yes.
So having a positive mindset starts with a positive word set, if you want to call it. Empowering is meaning that there's an abundance of leads. I love what I do, and I love my customers, and I even love getting a rejection. Imagine that. Imagine having a power process of saying, I love being rejected. Okay? Why would you want to love that? Why is that empowering? Well, because what it means is you choose your destiny. You don't actually say that all of a sudden I feel negative about who I am, where I am. Okay? I want to give, I want to contribute rather than just take. All right? And I'm looking for possibilities and opportunities. So there's a lot of things, and one real important one here is, what can I be responsible for? A lot of times what we see is we see people not taking their own responsibility. I do this consistently. If I lose a sale, I go, what can I be responsible for? And I go and trace my steps back, and I go, what is it that we did wrong? Was it a price we couldn't match? Well, fine, I'm happy to lose that. Was it something that I didn't get back to the customer? And I make mistakes all the time. The only difference is I don't see them as failures, I see them as opportunities. Opportunities to make myself better and stronger and more resilient to what's happening around us. So a positive mindset starts with a positive word set. Think of the question.
Can I just say there, Annop, you're spot on with what I actually hear in the marketplace now. There is a lot of this talk of the negativity, but it's really around flipping it around and going for the positive, you know, like, so yeah. Absolutely, spot on. Great.
And you know what? This is the interesting thing, Mark. It's actually more challenging and harder, if I hate how much I hate using that word, to think small. To be small. To be not part of the crowd and hide, and to say to yourself, it's a lot more challenging. It's also a lot more draining. You know, it's not only draining to yourself, it's draining to the people around you, it's draining to your family. You know, what words are you using? I have young children at the moment, and I'm already making sure that I'm catching myself out and not using the words things like hard and can't do these things. So, and changing a mindset. You know, we're preconditioned to think that everything needs to be hard because our mindset, our word set tells us that. So.
It just takes that little bit more effort to flip it around onto the positive side, doesn't it? And actually, as you're saying, just stopping yourself from that moment of saying, I can't do this or it's too hard, to just turn it around. And we all can do it, but it's about actually doing it.
Exactly, and that's what it is. See, the funny thing is we all know what to do. It's whether we actually execute and do. So that's the interesting part.